Our foremost concern is protecting Jehovah's organization.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good week. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and this is my third attempt to get this video done. I get to editing it and ready to upload it, and then more stuff comes in, or so I've got more about the investigation going on in New Zealand, and I've got some elders' letters to read. Thank you very much, Atlantis. Appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody else who is sending links to all this information, and I'm trying to get through these as much as possible. Unfortunately, it's really sad because someone has been loading up my email inbox with hundreds of emails, and it's really sad because they think they're Jesus Christ, but unfortunately it's mixed in with all the other emails, so it's taken me a while to go through all these. So I appreciate everybody's patience, and if there's something I have to see right away, just put urgent in the subject line. And so anyway, let's get into it. Announcement, July 21st, 2023. For the attention of all elders. Optional arrangement for receiving a KH Conf Plus account. Up until now, the organization has used disaster relief funds to purchase a large number of Zoom accounts for congregations used during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are now pleased to inform you that a new tool, KH Conf Plus, has been developed by our organization and is now available for congregations to use for holding hybrid congregation meetings. KH Conf Plus provides all of the features contained in Zoom necessary to hold a congregation meeting. See, they developed this. And has been designed to use the smallest amount of data possible. The tool can even be used in areas with poor internet coverage using the audio-only feature. Publishers familiar with the Zoom interface would have few problems switching to the KH Conf application. Making use of KH Conf Plus saves the organization the cost of purchasing Zoom accounts for congregations, which in turn preserves dedicated funds. Well, you won't tell the members that your dedicated funds are being used to pay all of these lawsuits on CSA. So they try to save a few bucks by not using Zoom, but yet have to pay out millions and millions of dollars on these CSA lawsuits. Dedicated funds. And what about all your bling and buying houses for ex-governing body members like Anthony Morris and stuff like that? Dedicated funds. That's hilarious. If the body of elders would like to receive a KH Conf Plus account, please submit a request by sending an email to blank. Further information and instructions will then be provided. Thank you for carefully considering if KH Conf could be used by your congregation. Announcements, July 31st, 2023. For elders, Revised Shepherd Book. We are pleased to inform you that a revised version of the Shepherd Book has been posted in the Forms section of the Documents tab on JW Hub. Now I want to mention that back in May, they just had a new revised Shepherd Book. So 3 months later, they have to revise it again? What the heck is going on? Please be aware that revisions to the text in the JW Pub and EPUB versions of the Shepherd Book may affect the location of highlights, notes, and bookmarks made by the user in the previous version. And then they have all of these revisions they've made. There is no chapter 14 here, so obvious, they haven't updated anything on the CSA. But, yeah. Revised Shepherd Addendum. We are pleased to inform you that a revised version of Shepherd Addendum has been posted in the Forms section of the Documents tab. Now, I don't have the new revised Elders Manual yet, and Atlantis obviously doesn't have it either. Otherwise, he would have sent it to me. And we also don't have the addendum yet. All we have is the one that was back in May. But if I do get the new one, I will let everybody know. So there's that. Now, for New Zealand, this is a biggie. Now, I'm going to put the link down below to all of these articles. In one of these articles, there's an audio clip, and I'm going to play the audio clip right now.
A Jehovah's Witness elder claims he was told to destroy confidential church documents, including those relating to child sexual abuse cases. It's a criminal offence to destroy potentially relevant information to the Royal Commission of Inquiry into Abuse and Care, which the Jehovah's Witnesses are part of. Investigative reporter Anusha Bradley has been looking into this and joins us now. Kia ora, good morning, Anusha.
Good morning.
What is the whistleblower saying?
Well, RNZ has agreed not to name this man because he fears retribution, but he was an elder of a Jehovah's Witness congregation, which is like a minister. At the time he received this instruction to destroy documents, but he's since left the church. On March 9th, 2021, he says he was asked by a superior to check all judicial cases in his congregation's confidential files for personal notes and destroy them. Judicial cases are church records relating to judicial committee hearings, which is an internal process used to determine the punishment for wrongdoing, including child sexual abuse. The three elders on this committee interview the sinner and decide what their punishment should be, and it's during this interview that elders often take notes detailing the wrongdoing. In a child sexual abuse case, this could include details of victims and the crime, and the notes are the only detailed record kept of each inquiry, and overseas these notes have been subpoenaed as evidence in child sexual abuse cases. The whistleblower said the instruction from the senior elder in March 2021 was just a reminder of a new church policy to destroy personal notes, but they wanted to double check he was complying. In his case, when he reviewed the files, he didn't have any personal notes to destroy.
Okay, but then you found he got another more specific instruction 10 days later?
Yes, on that occasion, elders from a number of congregations were gathered at a church hall. Each collected the confidential files belonging to their own congregation and were taken to separate rooms. Once there, he says he received a call from the church's regional headquarters in Sydney, which oversees all New Zealand congregations, telling him to open up just the child sexual abuse files to again check if there were any personal notes inside the sealed envelopes. He had only one child sexual abuse case in his files, and it didn't have any personal notes. He says he assumes if he had, he would have been told to destroy them. He says he saw another elder from another congregation carrying a large box of sealed envelopes with markings that suggest they were child sexual abuse related. He says that box, until he left last year, was stored in the back of the church hall, and he believes they may contain dozens of potentially unreported child abuse allegations.
So what is the Royal Commission saying?
The Royal Commission says it will not tolerate the deliberate destruction of any records relating to the survivors of abuse, and it encourages the whistleblower to get in touch, which he has told me he will do.
And are the police involved?
In mid-June, the police were alerted to the whereabouts of the box believed to contain the details about alleged child sexual abuse cases, and the police were also told about the order this former elder says he got to destroy documents. The police, however, say they won't be taking any action. In a statement to RNZ, it says it needs more information to investigate further and urged victims of sexual assault, whether recent or historic, to get in touch.
And what about the Jehovah's Witnesses? What are they saying?
A spokesperson from the church's regional headquarters in Australia strongly denies any suggestion of criminal offence and says it has carefully followed the Commission's direction on preservation of records. It says it views child abuse as a crime, and victims or their parents have the right to report an accusation to authorities. It has filed legal action in the High Court to be exempt from the Royal Commission's inquiry, and a hearing is set for October, but until then it says it will cooperate with the inquiry. It told RNZ that if it had information to assist the inquiry, it trusted we would share it with them, and if RNZ believed there was a risk that a child would be harmed, we should report that to the authorities.
Okay, Anusha, thank you very much for that this morning. That's our investigative reporter, Anusha Bradley, reporting there.
There is a lot of information in there And I understand that they don't want to reveal who the whistleblower is or who the elder is, because we know there will be retribution. They have to get their revenge. Watchtower would be on them in 0 seconds, you know? So we understand that. But I find it interesting that they mention that this particular elder, the whistleblower, they only had one envelope of CSA and there was no personal notes in it. But he observed another elder bringing in a large box when asked to bring in these CSA cases. A large box. So, like they mentioned, there could have been dozens of the CSA envelopes in that box. A large box. Oh my God. And that's from one congregation. Because see, each elder was supposed to bring in these CSA envelopes from their congregation, and they're all together in this Kingdom Hall or building, wherever they were meeting. And he brings in a large box. That's not just a couple of cases. Doesn't take a rocket scientist, Watchtower. Okay, and then Watchtower strongly denies that any evidence has been destroyed. Well, we know that is an outright lie. And for those new ones who haven't seen the Australian Royal Commission where they admit this, here's the clip.
The matter was reported to you because you were in a position of responsibility?
Yes.
Did you take any notes?
No, I didn't.
Can you help
I
us?
may have done at the time, I'm sorry, but
You may have done.
I may have. But
Where are they now?
They would have been destroyed.
Why?
We don't like to have any notes outside of what's kept on file in the congregation.
Why don't you like to have notes of a serious allegation?
There are brief notes kept in the file, but all other notes are destroyed.
Why is that?
I guess it's because we don't want them to fall into the wrong hands of other people to find them and they go through them.
What are the wrong hands?
Well, we don't want our wives knowing what our stuff, what sort of things we're dealing with. We don't want other people in the congregation coming across that information.
So you want to keep it secret to the elders, is that what it amounts to?
I don't know about secret, but we want to try and limit the amount of people that have to have a look at that information, yes.
And why is it that you want to limit the people who will have access to the information?
Just to protect them, I guess. And we don't...
Protect who?
Protect the person that's involved in it and the rest of the congregation so that they don't have to know these... I don't know, it's just the protocol that we've had in, so we just follow that information.
And would you do the same thing today if someone came and reported to you a serious allegation of sexual assault? Would you destroy any notes?
Yes, that's our practice. Well, we don't report it to the police. I think we encourage them to do that, but we give them the assistance to do that if they need that.
Well, we know that the scene of this world is changing, and we know Satan's coming after us, and he's going to go for us legally. We can see by the way things are shaping up. So the organization has said, we've run into difficulties in the past because of the records we have.
So you see, he even admits they destroyed their notes under oath. Because these elders, under oath, they admit they destroy these. So, you know, for Watchtower strongly denies they've already been caught. See, and this is why a lot of us whistleblowers are sending the testimony of Jeffrey Jackson under oath. He swore on his own silver Bible. This is why we are taking these clips and sending them to these royal commissions and these investigations to show Watchtower is lying. New Zealand articles, and thank you very much for everybody who has sent these to me. Jehovah's Witness elder alleges order to destroy evidence in CSA cases. And it's an article written, basically what you heard on the audio. But one thing that is mentioned in the article that isn't mentioned on the audio, the elder making the claim has since left the church. See, these elders, these PMO elders are waking up and leaving. And like they said, it is a criminal offense to destroy potentially relevant information to the Royal Commission of Inquiry into Abuse and Care, which the Jehovah's Witnesses are part of, since a moratorium was imposed in March of 2019. But see, we know it doesn't stop them from destroying this. Okay, that is, the church strongly denied any suggestion of criminal offense and says it has carefully followed the Commission's direction on preservation of records. Right. Like many of you, I don't believe them for a minute. If they lie on their website that they don't shun family members who leave, that the family ties aren't broken, if they lie in the ... to manufacture lies, what woke us up, what else have they lied about? So I don't put it past them not to lie about this. Alright, now this one, Jehovah's Witness elder claims he was told to destroy confidential documents. It's the audio, and just a short couple of little paragraphs. A Jehovah's Witness elders claim he was to destroy confidential church documents, including those related to CSA cases. And then they mention again, it's a criminal offense to destroy these notes. Now, I want to pause right here and mention, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're not called judicial hearings, or at least this one wasn't. It was called an investigative meeting. And he was told not to record the meeting, but yet in the Zoom conference call, because it involved several states and several kingdom halls with several different body of elders, he noticed that one of the elders had his phone sitting on his Bible, and he could see that the microphone icon was showing, and it was recording. So, and this isn't the first time we have heard that the elders have their phone there, but they tell you not to record it. So they may not be taking notes anymore. I don't know. There are some where, of these investigative meetings where members who attend are seeing an elder taking notes, but are they destroying those notes after the meeting and keeping the recordings? I don't know. I don't know for sure. Hopefully a PMO elder will let us know one way or the other. Okay. There's another article here, the rules and culture that keep CSA offenders hidden from followers of the Jehovah's Witness faith. Well, we know that's true. Because you ask any Jehovah's Witness, any rank and file Jehovah's Witness, even the elders will tell you, oh yes, we report it. We report it. But yet, how many of these royal commissions and investigations, grand jury investigations, they find out, no, they don't report it. The Australian Royal Commission, over 1,000, and not a single one was reported. So, like I said, I will put the link down below to these articles, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And it's really sad that Watchtower keeps lying and getting away with this. And thank God in the universe that a lot of us whistleblowers, a lot of the PMO elders, we're all coming forward and we are giving this information, this evidence to these investigations and these investigators that are investigating all of this. Because without those clips, without the testimony from the Australian Royal Commission, right from that elder's own mouth that they destroy notes so that someone they don't want to see their information, Yeah. Yeah. And the times of Watchtower getting away with this are done. They are done because there's too much evidence that all of us have, too many of us posting this, and this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Whistleblowers are a good thing. All right, one thing I want to mention real quick. Now, I've got some more convention information here, and I want to thank everybody for this. Now, I want to thank the person that sent me this information very much. If you go to jw.org and click on library, and then when the pop-up window, click on videos, and then scroll down to video categories and click on children. It appears the Watchtower cleanup crew forgot this and didn't clean this up. But when you go scroll down to video lessons and then click on see all over on the right hand side, and you'll see all the Caleb and Sophia cartoons come up. And when you scroll down, you will see two videos: a message to your family and lessons that last a lifetime. Anthony Morris is in both of those videos. And you can see, so they haven't cleaned every single thing of Anthony Morris up, but as you can see, it says Anthony Morris governing body. So I don't know if the cleaning crew forgot that or what. It's a, oh, oops. Now also, I want to mention that someone else sent me a link. There are two channels on YouTube, and it's the same person. It's the same person. But they used to have a channel a while back, and it was called JW Meetings. And they were asking for anyone to join and become a member for $9.99 a month so that you could watch them streaming Jehovah's Witness meetings and conventions. Well, then they changed it. Now they have two channels, Commenta Fantastico and Centro Cristiano. They don't charge anymore, but they are streaming. You can see the meetings and conventions. But it's like, these Jehovah's Witnesses, I was wanting to get a buck. I was looking to make a buck. Just like Watchtower. It's all about the money. Yeah, $10 a month to watch a meeting or convention video? I hope Watchtower goes after ones like this. They really need to. All right, now now I'm going to cover some convention videos here. Now I want to mention that after we had done our other convention videos and we had shown a short video that was over in the UK, and it had an open air stadium. Someone emailed me and said that this couldn't be right. This couldn't possibly be from this year's convention because they don't have conventions in open air stadiums anymore. I can only go by what I am told, so I don't know, unless I was actually there. But somebody else sent me a video. Now they said that it was taken by an elderly lady at a convention in Milton Keynes, Keynes, in England of July of 2023. And it has an open air stadium. So I don't know, but they said, look at, there are big screens everywhere. And in the 80s, they used to have 12 to 15,000 in the football rugby stadiums. Now it's held in the SSE Arena in the Hydro, and Glasgow, Scotland, and they only had 7,100 on Sunday and 7,000 on Saturday. Now also in the South Swedish Convention in Malmo, near the capital of Denmark, Copenhagen, about 7,500 people And I have 2 photos from that one. We used to be around 10,000 before COVID. Okay, use as you want. If you refer to me, use Tom as my name. Thank you, Tom. And thank you everybody else for, this information. And I also have a photo that was posted on Twitter from the Avenir Center of how empty it was. And you can see by the screens in the center of, hanging from the ceiling, that the session is going on. But look at all the empty seats. And I believe this arena is in Canada. Now, I also want to mention, this was kind of funny. I had gotten the documents from the Perez court case going on in California. And I just want to mention on one of the Demure, page 7, the Perez case, this is what, and since I was the only one that I know of covering the Perez case, I'm just assuming they're talking about me. Plaintiff has even sent the court case information to a YouTube creator for the purpose of humiliating and defaming the defendants. No, you do that on your own. And I went and got these documents all myself, and I have it bookmarked. And I keep checking on this case because this is going to get very interesting, especially when you look and you do a search for their last name of the parents, Perez, and you see that there has been other cases and some to where they can't keep their story straight. So, I go get these documents myself. And it's not me humiliating and defaming the defendants. You did that on your own. And these are public records. Public, meaning anybody. And I could put the link down below. And in fact, one of the Perez case videos I did put the link with the case number. So you can go get it yourself. Don't need anybody to give you these documents. Some people. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will try to keep everybody updated as this information comes in, and I appreciate everybody sending me this information, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye.